Hello students, good afternoon. In the last lecture we studied about the introductory part of artificial intelligence, wherein we learnt about the definition of AI. We also learnt about the difference between natural intelligence and the artificial intelligence. We also learnt about what is strong AI, what is weak AI. We came across several we spoke about several usage of AI. So today we are going to talk about the history of AI or the foundation of AI in this lecture, from where it evolved, wherein the idea came from, and so on. So the very first part with C in the foundations of AI, it is said that the following disciplines contributed ideas, viewpoints, and techniques to AI. See, one thing you keep in mind that when we are talking about artificial intelligence, that means we are trying to make a computer which almost works like human being. So obviously the most important asset or the facet of human being is the intelligence or the brain, the way we reason out things, the way we solve problems, the way we come up with a decision, the way we conclude things, the way we think, the way we act. All these things we have got naturally, which computer does not possess. We want computer to possess all these things. Okay. So this is the idea which led to the evolution of artificial intelligence. Okay, can we make a system which thinks like us? Can we make a system which acts like us? Can we make a system which reasons like us, reason outs like us? Can we make a system which solves problems like us? Can we make a system which, given any situation, thinks and reacts and concludes like human being? So all these questions led to the evolution of AI. So this is a brief about the history of AI. First of all, the subject which contributed is the philosophy. We have categorized foundations of AI into various subjects through which AI evolved. You can also see the duration being given 428 BC since present. So I said in the last lecture also that when we are talking about AI, it is not a very new concept. It is a very, very old concept, but yes, digitalization of this concept has made it look more new in the current generation. Okay, so if we talk about philosophy, how philosophy led to the evolution of AI, it asks several questions. Philosophical, it is several times said that yes, human beings are philosophical in nature. You think about, you take into account the philosophy. So these are the few questions being asked, and that questions answers is your AI actually. What it is saying, can formal rules be used to draw valid conclusions? We apply some rule and then we come up with some valid conclusion. Can this be done? How does the mental mind arise from a physical brain? We have got this brain. Okay. We have a cerebrum, we have cerebella, we have neurons, we have nervous system. We have learnt all this in biology in our class 6, class 7. But how does this mental mind arise? That means we have got something in the mind. We have got some thinking ability. If we think about the physical brain as a computer, then the thinking mind which we possess, that computer does not have. How can we make that thinking mind evolve or implemented in computer? That is our question. And third point is, where does the knowledge come from? You are a structure, human structure. From wherein the knowledge is coming? Nobody knows. We are interpreting it as like we have been fed something since our childhood. We have learned all through this experience. We have gained through experience, and then when any question is asked to us, we are able to give an answer. But how this knowledge is being extracted? What are the factors which is allowing it to do naturally? When these questions answers are sorted out, when these question answers are given, that means AI is evolving. AI is coming into picture. How does knowledge lead to action? There are several aspects where a lot of knowledge is there, but no action is performed. So that knowledge has to be converted into action performance. Then only it will lead to showcasing any kind of intelligence. So one general conclusion is given: philosophers made AI conceivable by considering the ideas that the mind is in some ways like a machine. Mind is in some ways like a machine. It operates on knowledge encoded in some internal language, and that thought can be used to choose what action is to be taken. Knowledge is encoded in some internal language, and that thought can be used to choose what action is to be taken. Like if I ask you again the same question which I asked in the last lecture: what is your name? Now, as soon as your ear listens this, it is intercepting the statement being given in the environment, and then it is trying to correlate with the database, the understanding which you have in the memory. From there, it is trying to encode the meaning of what, the meaning of age, the meaning of your, the meaning of name, and then the particular answer is being accumulated at one place, and then you respond through mouth or respond in writing. That thought can be used to choose what action is to be taken. Like if it is asked what is your name, you are not going to answer what is your age, isn't it? So accordingly what you listen, accordingly you take an action. So this is what is being said. So that was the first subject. Mathematics, if I say, obviously computer science cannot be taught without mathematics. So mathematics means something we are going to prove. We are going to get something as a result. We are going to conclude something. So it is given as 800 till present. Few questions being asked: what are the formal rules to draw valid conclusions? A question as regards to philosophy: what can be computed? What can be computed? When we talk about mathematics, we talk about computation. We talk about some deductive results. How do we reason with uncertain information? Uncertain information means we never know whether we are going to give the right answer. We never know whether we are going to understand the question. We never know we are going to interpret the things in a logical manner. So what are these? These are uncertain situations. Uncertain information means we don't know about the information. If we are certain about the information, we can lead to some conclusion. There are several questions wherein you don't know the answer. So how do you reason it out? You try to correlate it with some other aspects, and then you come up with an answer. So here also philosophers take out most of the important ideas of AI, but the leap to a formal science required a level of mathematical formalization in three fundamental areas. One is the logic. Logic means the Boolean logic, the propositional logic, the predicate logic, which you have learnt in your discrete mathematics. Then the computation, the algorithm, your DA. Then the probability. Probability is the uncertain information to deal with uncertain measurements. Has to deal with uncertain measurements. So all these mathematical knowledge will be required to come up with a concrete conclusion, step-by-step procedure for implementing the artificial intelligence. So mathematicians provided the tools to manipulate the statements of logical certainty as well as uncertain probabilistic statements. For logical certainty, we use the proposition or the predicate logic. For uncertain situations, we use the probabilistic statement, the Bayes theorem and all. Okay. They also set the groundwork for understanding computation and reasoning about algorithms. So mathematics is the core for artificial intelligence, wherein these three things are implemented: the logic, the algorithm, and the uncertain situation, that is the probability. Economics. Obviously, when we are going to invent something, when we are going to implement something, we take care about the finance, we take care about the minimum cost. So a lot of economics will be required. The question being asked is how should we make decisions so as to maximize payoff, minimum cost and maximum output. So how we can make decisions regarding this? This is what is AI. Okay, this is what is intelligence. If we suppose I take one example, if we are going to travel at several places, our mind starts working automatically how to minimize the cost, wherein we try to cover short distances first, then from that particular we try to cover short distances so that it takes lesser time as well as lesser money. How should we do this when others may not go along, when there is no competitor, when nothing is else, when the things do not go in the right direction, the research is not going in the right direction? How should we go along? How should we do this when the payoff may be far in the future? Okay, you never know. We have observed several times in your life that you are doing something, but you don't know the end result. That is quite far. You don't know, to understand it in a better manner, the civil services examination preparation. The students, those who are preparing for civil services examination, they never know. They might succeed, they might not succeed. And it is a far journey. It is a long journey for many of them. So these are called uncertain situations. So we require economics there. Economics formalize the problem of making decisions that maximize the expected outcome to the decision maker. You have not learned operation research as a subject. Operation research deals with all this, but little bit you have learned in managerial economics, MECOM, which you can say you have studied that subject. So therein you have come across this maximizing the expected outcome by making decisions in an economic manner. Okay. Neuroscience, obviously, this is one of the important aspects as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. How do brains process information? This is very important question. How do brains process information? If one comes to know how do brains process information, obviously they can make several things, but it is a very complex question to be answered. Okay, so we know that when you are playing cricket, as soon as the ball comes, you hit it. How is your mind working? As soon as the ball comes in front of you, you take a catch. How does the body react? Something is happening there. That is why your body is reacting. Or you come across a certain situation where an abrupt decision is being taken. Okay. So how do you take all this? So this is all because of the neuroscience. Neuroscience is the study of the nervous system, particularly the brain. The exact way in which the brain enables thought is one of the greatest mysteries of science. That is why you have heard about the neural networks, the fuzzy logic. All these are the subjects which are integral part of artificial intelligence, which are there in the artificial intelligence concept, because we are dealing with nervous system. We are dealing with brains. Psychology, again, very important question here being asked. How do humans and animals think and act? This is very important. Think and act. Until unless you think, you won't be able to act. Supposedly, we have seen several mad people, or those who are possessing dull brain. You continuously say, you instruct them, you say them, but no reaction is being put up by them. Why? Because their mind is not able to think. That is why they are not able to act. Understand this concept. So this is psychology. This is psychology. How do humans and animals think and act? If we come to know how do they think and they act, we are going to build a machine. So this is the idea adopted from psychologists. Psychologists adopted the idea that humans and animals can be considered information processing machines. Okay. So one of the important subjects which led to the evolution of AI, computer engineering. This is again a very important subject. Obviously, we are trying to make computers as possessing artificial intelligence. Obviously, computer engineering will be required. For artificial intelligence to, how can we build an efficient computer? Efficient computer means those which are able to think and then act. For artificial intelligence to succeed, two things are needed: intelligence and artifacts, manufactured article. See, lot of application. One application I will explore in front of you is the astronomical observation being done by sending robots on Mars, on Venus, on Mercury, on Jupiter, and getting pictures out of it. What are those robots doing? They are sensing the environment, and then they are trying to collect the pictures and sending images to the computer, to the server. Look at the supercomputer. The computer has been, this is all being done by artificial intelligence. The computer has been the artifact of choice. Artifact, if we talk about, the computer is the ultimate choice for artifacts. Computer engineers provided the artifact that make AI applications possible. The great advances in speed and memory of the computer have made AI programs to be run. Obviously, these are not something which I am talking about, the very high thing. We know that the advancement in speed and memory has increased gradually. Even if we observe the last 10 years, we have increased gradually. So AI also owes a debt to the software side of computer science, which has supplied the operating systems, programming languages, and tools needed to write modern programs. So this is what is the contribution of computer engineering into the artificial intelligence. Then control theory, this is very important. How can artifacts operate under their own control? How do we work under our own control? By our mind. Okay. Supposedly, when our father scolds us or when our mother loves us, we are able to control ourselves. We react accordingly. That means we are controlling ourselves. Even when we are in isolation, when we live alone, then who is governing us? Our mind is governing us. Our mind is controlling us. So this is how we want the machines to be operated on their own. How can artifacts operate under their own control? Control theory has made possible the designing of devices that act optimally on the basis of feedback from the environment. I spoke about the astronomical observations robot. They are working on their own. It has been sent over there, and then they are working on their own. Gradually, periodically they are sending images, pictures, what task has been assigned to those robots. They are performing on their own. Control theory and two different fields of science. We all know that. Control theory used calculus and matrix algebra to solve problems. Obviously, you can see mathematics. AI researchers use the tools of logical inference and computation to consider some problems such as language, vision, and planning that fell completely outside the control theory's purview. In the mathematics part, we learned about the logical inference, the computation, the probabilistic situation. All these are being used by AI researchers. Even in the control theory, calculus and matrix algebra is being used. Linguists, this is very important concept. Again, you go to a French person and you start speaking in Hindi, will he be able to understand? No, he won't be able to understand. But if we speak with him in French, he will be able to understand. This is the role of language. If we are going to speak to a person who understands that particular language, then he will be able to think, he will be able to react, he will be able to respond. But if we are speaking a particular language which he doesn't understand, then he would neither be able to think, nor he would be able to act, nor he would be able to respond. So how does language relate to thought? Very important. If we don't understand any particular language, it won't be converted into thought. If we understand particular language, it will be converted to thought. Like we understand English, so we are able to understand, we are able to think, that can be converted into a thought. Linguists showed, the person who study languages are called as linguists. Linguists showed that language use fits into this model. So to understand that a particular person possesses intelligence, language has got a major role. I am intelligent if I am given the language which I understand. If I am given instructions in the language which I understand. If I don't understand English and I am being instructed in English, will I be able to understand? Will I be able to think? No. So language has got a major role in artificial intelligence. So these were the various subjects which led to the evolution of AI, or we can call it as foundations of AI, from where the idea of artificial intelligence came into existence. So this is all about in this lecture. Thank you so much.